Now that we've listened to our story and watched the video about Austin's butterfly, it's time to start our project. So, first thing we need to do on any paper that we get, whether it's a blank sheet of paper or a handout like this, up at the top, we write our name, N-A-M-E. So, get your pencil and write your name at the top of your paper. And once you've got your name written on it, that's all we need our pencils for, so you can put those away. And now you've got your supplies, crayons and markers. So we're going to go through and we are going to go over our rules again and color our project. So we have our word that our rules spell out, which is artist, because we're all artists. So we are going to be coloring these like the rainbow, and we learned about the rainbow last year. So we are going to start with a red marker because that is the first color in our rainbow. So we're going to start with a red marker, and just like we did last year, we are going to outline the first A, that first letter. So we go around the black line. And then these little symbols down here, they're really small. So we are just going to color them in with a marker. So the A means always do our best. And if you do your best on work, whatever it is, whether it's reading or math or art, you always get a check mark for doing a good job. So we always do our best and we'll get a check mark. So we're just going to color that in with our red marker. So our check mark's colored in and we outlined our A. So once you have finished that, we put our marker back in the bag. And now we get out our red crayon. Red crayon. And we're just going to color in the A, because good artists always do their best. Okay, so finish coloring that in, and then when you're done, you put your crayon back up, and we're ready for our next color. So our next color in the rainbow is going to be orange. So we start with our orange marker, and our next letter is R, and R means we respect each other and the teacher. So below our R, we've got a picture of a little hand, like a raised hand up in the air, because if you're being respectful, you raise your hand and wait for the teacher to call on you. And this also reminds us that we take turns talking. So if I'm talking, you guys aren't talking. But if you're talking, nobody else needs to be talking either. We all need to be listening. So you're going to take your orange marker. And again, we're going to go around the black line of the R, outlining it in orange. And then the hand, we are just going to color it in with our marker because it's little. And remember, this hand reminds us to respect each other and the teacher, R. So when you're done with your marker, oh, one thing we haven't talked about, when you're done with your marker, you snap that cap. Don't forget to snap your cap so it doesn't dry out. Put your marker up, find your orange crayon, and we're going to color in that R. Okay. So when we're done with that, orange crayon goes back up. And now we're ready for our third rule, which is the first T. Now this T means we take care of our supplies, our markers and crayons and pencils and erasers and our paper, all the supplies we use for art. So this one is going to be yellow. Now, the little symbol below our T is a picture of a marker because that reminds us to take care of our supplies. So when you're ready, go ahead and outline your T. And then just color in the whole marker. We're just going to color in the whole marker. And it's okay if it turns a little dark. If the ink of the black bleeds a little bit, it's fine. And we don't have to make it look exactly like this one. But don't forget, when you're done, snap that cap, put your marker away, and then you need to get out your yellow crayon. And we are going to color in the T. And remember, this T means we take care of our supplies. Take care of our supplies. Okay, so now we've got the A, the R, and the T. Red, orange, and yellow. So when we're done with our yellow crayon, we put it away. And then we get out our next color in the rainbow, which is green. So we're going to start with our green marker. Green marker. And this letter is the letter I. And I means inside voices, please. So I have put the mute button that I'm sure you guys have seen on a phone or a tablet or a computer. And when you see it's a little microphone with the little sound waves and there's a line through it. And when you've got the line through it, that means there's no sound at all. It's really, really quiet. So that's the symbol that reminds us, I, inside voices, please. So take your green marker and you are going to trace around the black outline of our I. And then we're going to color in the little microphone down there. And when you're done, snap that cap, put your marker away, and we're ready for a green crayon. Ready for a green crayon. And we're going to color in the I, and it's going to be green. Inside voices, please. Okay, and when you're done, your green crayon goes back up and we're ready for the next letter of the word artist, which is an S. And S means we stay on task, which means we need to stay busy. So if we're supposed to be coloring, because right now you're supposed to be coloring along with me, are you supposed to be talking to your neighbors? Are you supposed to be playing with your markers? Are you supposed to be tying your shoes, looking out the window? Nope, you're supposed to be paying attention and following along. So the symbol for this one is a piece of paper and a pencil to remind us that we need to stay busy, stay on task. So this color is going to be blue. So I'm going to start with my blue marker and I'm going to outline my S. And then I'm going to outline this piece of paper and the pencil. Well, at least I'm going to outline the paper, and then I'm going to color in the pencil. So color in the pencil, but just outline the paper because the paper is pretty big. So we can color it with a crayon. So we outline the paper, color in the pencil, outline the S. And then when we're done with our marker, snap that cap, put your marker up, and then find your blue crayon. Blue crayon. And we're going to color in our S. And then we're going to color our sheet of paper blue. Our piece of paper and pencil reminds us we stay on task. We stay busy. Don't get distracted. Okay, so we're almost finished. Almost finished with our rules. We got one more left, one letter. When you're done with your crayon, you put it back up. Now, the last letter of the word artist is T. It's the second T because we already got this one for take care of our supplies. This T means we turn our mistakes into masterpieces. Now, the symbol I chose for this one is a butterfly. And I picked this one because of the video we watched, Austin's Butterfly. And in that video, we learned that Austin kept trying and trying until he got his picture to look the way he wanted, okay? He didn't really have a mistake, but he did turn it into a masterpiece. But in our class, some of the things we can do to turn our mistakes into masterpieces is there's three things. We can either erase, if we're using a pencil, we can erase and try again. Or we can turn it into something else. So if I'm trying to draw a butterfly, but it actually looks more like a caterpillar, then can I just turn it into a caterpillar? Absolutely. And then I can draw a butterfly beside it. I can try again. Or one other thing, if we're doing a blank sheet of paper and drawing something with our pencils and we've already tried erasing, we've already tried turning it into something else, we can always turn our paper over on the back and start again. So the last T is to turn our mistakes into masterpieces, and the butterfly reminds us of Austin's butterfly and the masterpiece he created. So the last color of our rainbow is purple or violet. And if you look at your marker, it actually says violet, purple. It's the same color, two different names. So again, we are going to outline that T with our purple marker. And then we're going to outline our butterfly because he's big enough that we can color in with a crayon. So we're going to outline our butterfly with purple. And then when I'm done, I snap that cap, put my marker up, and then I need a purple crayon. And then I'm going to color in my T. And I'm going to color in my butterfly. And now I'm going to put my crayon up. And once I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close up my bag. Just going to run my fingers across that zipper, and then I'm ready for my bag to be put away for next time. And I have a finished picture that's got the word artist and our different symbols in our rainbow colors. So let's go through them one more time. So if you're not finished, keep coloring. I'm going to leave this up for another minute or two while we go over our rules again, and you can finish coloring. So Our first rule, A, we always do our best. That check mark reminds us to always do our best. R, we respect each other and the teacher. Remember, we raise our hands and don't talk over people, one person talking at a time. Respect. T, we take care of our supplies. Make sure the lids are snapped on your markers and make sure everything is back in your bag. And don't break up your erasers or poke them with pencils. We got to take care of our supplies. I, inside voices, please. Remember, this is a mute button like on a computer or a phone or a tablet. And with that line through it, it means it's quiet. We don't hear any sound. Inside voices. We also have S, which means we are staying on task, staying busy. So our paper and pencil reminds us to stay busy, not to be goofing off or playing around. We got to listen and get our work done so that we can create a masterpiece, which our last letter means we turn our mistakes into masterpieces. Now remember, there's 3 ways we can do that. We can erase it, we can turn it into something else, or we can turn our paper over and start again. And our butterfly down here reminds us of Austin's butterfly and how he kept trying and trying until he got his picture to look just the way he wanted it to. So these are the rules that we are going to be working under this year, and we've got a lot of fun projects. So I hope you guys had fun, and until next time.